guys are AAE Repair. Behind me is the vehicle we're going to be working today. This is a 2017 Ford Expedition with a turbo line leak. So we're going to be going in here to figure out where the leak is coming from, and we're going to attempt to fix it. It's a big job. It might look small, but it's a lot of work to do. And we're going to show you today how to fix your turbo line coolant leak, okay? All right, check it out. All right, so we got our 2017 Ford Expedition. Today we are working on the turbo system. So let me show you guys what we have. So the customer have a leak. If you look up there by the, I think that's the oil line. You can see, you see it has coolant residue. It's kind of hard to see, but that residue oil, water coolant, is coming from the pipe, the coolant pipe on the back, the one closer to the, it's closer that way to the block. So you can see all the residue of the coolant on the starter too. So we're going to be changing that. You can also see here dripping down. So it's an issue. The customer keeps seeing water dripping, and we saw it's coming from that pipe. So what we're going to do now is already disconnected the battery. So I'm going to take off that starter because it's going to be on my way. I'll take the starter off. That's going to give me full access to take off a couple of bolts here. So this leaking on the right side, I'm going to take it off. I've already taken off the wheel shield. That takes a 5.5. Over here has the 5.5 millimeter bolts. Took it off. There's some clips and a 7 millimeter bolt on this side. And then it's only this line here for the ABS or something that I had to take off. I believe, yeah, that's for the ABS system. So that's the only thing that was clipped into the plastic. So I took that off, clean, and now we have full access. When I bring it now, you will see we have full access to the part that we need to unbolt and everything. And of course, we're gonna have to take the starter off to get access from the bottom too, because we're gonna be removing the exhaust bolt. We're gonna be taking this turbo system completely off the vehicle to change the fittings. Over here, this is all the fittings I bought. This is I got it from O'Reilly. It has all the fittings I need. It has two lines, one going to the back of the engine and one going to the side of the engine. These are the pipes. This is the gasket for the exhaust, and these are the fittings that we're going to be changing. It has one on the turbo side and one on the engine side. So each pipe has one on each side, so each pipe is going to get two. So that's what we are doing, and I'm going to be showing you guys. I can't video everything, but I'm going to be showing step by step. When I get to a certain point, I will show you guys before we continue. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, so updates on the repair. You can see here, let me put this light here. So I took that line off. That goes on the side of the engine block, right in there. So that's where that popped out. This is a EGR valve, I believe. PCV part of it, but that's the oil line as well that bolts up here in the turbo. So I got it. I took the two Torx bolts over here off and the one over here, and I was able to pull it down. Now you can see the all coolant line back there that we're going for. You can see it back here. I can touch it now. And yes, of course, how can I forget? I took the starter off. You can see the starter. It's just 13 millimeter bolt, one here, one up here, that you need to take out after taking the 10 that this thing attaches to. Then there is a 13 right here. A 13. This is a ground wire that is attached on this side, just to give it room to come down. You see, I just pushed it down. I did not disconnect any of the line, but I did disconnect the battery. So I push it down here. So now I got a huge space to put my hands and work on. So I got this clip up here popped off. You can see I got it on off here. So So this line should be able to be wiggled off. We can take it now off, or we can take it while we're taking the turbo off. We can wiggle it. If you're looking deep, you can see where the line went. Let me see if I can zoom in. The line came from there and went towards the side of the engine. So once we take the turbo off, we're gonna have a more clear vision of where that line went, and we're gonna disconnect it hopefully. So this is what it looks like, but the main thing that is leaking is actually this fitting. You don't have to change this pipe, but that fitting is where the problem is. So we're gonna see. If it's too difficult, we're just gonna change the fitting. If it's easy, we're gonna change the pipe too. Okay. All right, going on, I'm gonna take the exhaust bolt off here. That one is one up here and one down here. So I'm gonna take it off. I already sprayed it with WD-40. It's been soaking. So I'm gonna take it off before I go back to the top. All right, coming back next. All right, here we are. So this is what we are doing right now. So I was able to loosen this with this long flathead. This is 2 intake. They need to come off. Once you pull them off, you're gonna kind of use either a hose remover, kind of push it back. You can see it's kind of backward. And this one, the same thing. And sure I can push it up, but I'm going to go to the top and loosen it there and pull it off. So next we're going to take this particular clip off, and then we're going to push this line up. I already took in all my exhaust bolt off here. It's a flange, so it flares around here. So it's still very, very tight. So hopefully when we loosen this turbo, which is being held at the manifold here, you have 3 Torx bolt here at the manifold. Once we take it off, we should be able to wiggle it out of this exhaust pipe here. So that's all we got to do now. So I'm going back to the top to take these 2 lines off. All right, and then of course it's this diaphragm here, a vacuum diaphragm. There's a vacuum line up here. Needs to obviously take it off, and we should be good to go. All right, guys, this is the problem when you're doing this type of jobs. Because we have an issue here. I try as much as possible to walk this thing back and forth. You see this? I got a broken exhaust manifold bolt. This is what came out. It was very difficult. I was keep going back and forth. It was coming out, and before I know it, pop, that was the end of it. So this is the things, you know, I still gotta walk this out of here. These are the things that makes this type of job so difficult. So if somebody is charging you to do this job and you feel like it's a lot of money, just understand what they're doing. You know, it's not an easy task. Nah, I gotta find a way to get that motherfucker out of there. You know? So this is how you get that turbo out. Now we left with the dilemma here. The good thing is, I think I got a small space to walk on. If I can grab that, I'm gonna heat it up real good, and I'm gonna grab it with a vice grip and see if I can work it out. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done. But this is the other line here, and this is the other line. And I had to honestly bend this up a little bit to get it out of my way, because there's no way I can get this turbo out with this without bending this line. Just don't bend it much. I was very careful how I bent it. And you can see where the other one went. You can see it went in there, and it went to the engine right there. And the bracket is over there. You can see it. All right, people, we are back. I'm back. So this is what we are doing. We're changing these fittings here. Got one here, one down there. This is a 19 socket. That is exactly the size of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that and take that fitting off. It's out just like that. And we're gonna just make sure that the spot that it fits in, we get it nicely cleaned up. Using a pick to remove all the extra residues that is on it. And clean it off nice. Spray it a little bit. Spray it a little bit with some brake spots cleaner. All right. So what I would like to do with the new fitting, make sure is the same size and thread from the one, because the one that goes to the engine looks like it's a little bit different. So that one is bigger than this one. So this is the one that is going to go on the turbo. So it already has an O-ring, you can see around it, but for extra good measure, I have this great Honda Bond silicone. I'm gonna coat the threads with it for extra protection. It doesn't hurt to do it. There's nothing to do it. And we're gonna go ahead and thread this thing back on. All right, that's one, and it is already has the clips on it on the new one, so not to worry. All right, that's out. Spray with a little bit of WD-40. Use the glue gun. It works better than the paper towel. Just want to make sure it's clean. When I apply the liquid silicone, it will adhere better. And make sure I get it down the thread straight and narrow. No matter how long it takes, gotta make sure we get it right. last thing you want is to cross thread this thing. You'll be in a mess. All right. I don't have a specific torque. I just tighten it until it stops moving, and I push it in more. All right. So I got the new fittings in, and it would be a good idea to kind of lube it up a little bit. And so a little bit of lube on the edges of this. It helps it. It helps the new the line go in a little bit easier. And sometimes that line can want to fight you. I need to have an antidote. All right, see, that's how it looks. Got some lube on it. So now I want to tell you guys, man, earlier I showed you guys the bolts that broke. Okay, I showed you guys the bolt that broke on the vise. So this is what I had to do. I used a torch to heat the stud up so much. This is the stud here. This is the asshole that made. This is why mechanic work gets so frustrating. You know, sometimes when we charge money, you know, you gotta charge for the frustration. So this is the thing here. Go here, it broke off. This thing will not budge. I had to take the entire manifold off from the vehicle because I tried it so many times it won't come out. So I took it off. I was able to get it to a bigger torch to focus, hit it up so well, and then put it on a vise, and then clamped it, a big vise, clamped it on clamped this bolt. Good thing I had a small sticking out here. That's how I was able to clamp this part, and then I turned the entire manifold, and that thing, that's how I was turning until it came out. You know, this thing cost me an additional freaking 2 hours to do this. You know, this is how mechanic work goes. It's, you know, a 1 hour job turns into a 5 hour job, or sometimes a 3-day job. It could have been worse. If I tried to cut it off and grind it and then drill it, it would have took me longer. The good thing, I went ahead. I was afraid because I didn't want to break any more bolts, but I just took the chance and took the bolts off from the head, because this Ford are notorious for breaking the manifold bolts. But thank God this one did not break. I took it out and I got this out. So I'm going to have to rethread this and find a new bolt that will go here, so we can put this bad boy all back together, okay, and get it on the road. There you go. Whew. Man, I ain't got nothing to say. All right. So, all right, guys, I had to fight a little bit offline, but I had to break out my retapping bits. So this is I measured the thread to 1.2, and the size of this, the width of this is 8 millimeter, and the thread size is 1.25. Okay, and I used it, threaded it, cleaned it out. Got my this is what you use. You can see this is what I use. This is the thread on this, if you can see it, 1.25. Yep. So that is the thread of the bolts, and I found this bolt that matches. So we're gonna try and install it on the turbo just to make sure it lines up. Make sure I got enough thread to go all the way. And I do. This is the factory original. It's a Torx. I can't find one that matches, so just gonna use this 10, and it does the job just fine. And it lines up nicely. I just have to put a wash on it a little bit, because I think the head is a little bit bigger, but I think it's the same. No big deal. All right, so we got a new bolt to go back. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go back in the car and install this manifold, and then let's go ahead and install the manifold back on the car, and then we're gonna start back installing the turbocharger. All right, so this is the line that I'm changing. So you can see, for me to get to that line, you have to take off this AC compressor, because whoever designed this in their infinite wisdom decided to put this bolt retainer here behind this AC compressor. It catches right there where the line goes. That line you see right there, that this bolt here is right behind it. So I have to remove the AC compressor, and mind you, this compressor has a belt and it's a stretch belt. I don't have any tools, so I took it off with the stretch belt still attached. I'm hoping I'll be able to put it back. So I have removed the old fitting, and I've installed the new fitting. As you can see, that's the new line. I've also removed the other line going back there. I've replaced the fitting. It's a little bit harder to see. If I can see, let me see if I can see the fitting back there. Yeah, you can see the fitting all the way up there. Okay, I'm gonna put that line as well. After I put the what you call it, the turbo, then I'm gonna put that line. So this line is here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the fastener to secure it. I already got it pushed in, so, and then start putting everything back together. This is not a small job, guys. Don't try this at home. That's all I can say. All right, update. So this is where we are right now on this vehicle. I was able to replace and install this turbocharge with the line. You can see the fitting, the new fitting. Also, you can see all these marks. When I tell you guys, if you're not a full-blown mechanic, do not do this job by yourself, because you're gonna catch hell. Everything on this vehicle has been a fight, a battle going in. I spent almost 1 hour trying to get this line to, because I had to kind of bend it a little bit to get it out of the way. There's no other way. You have to get it out of the way to be able to get the whole unit out. So now when I go back to put it in, and it was a fight, let me tell you. I had to remove this fitting while it was up here, kind of wiggle this thing in, and then try it still won't. Then I was able to take it back off, put it back on, and then keep bending, wiggling, and tapping until this thing got in. Then I installed the clip. I'm telling you, it has been a battle. Then, of course, this thing that broke took me a few hours to get somebody to bring their little bigger torch, so I was able to break it loose, put it on a vise, and take it off. Now I got new bolt and washer installed. That's good. Then after that, if you look over here, connected down here, this is the oil line, and it goes to the engine block right there. That was another problem, trying to get the two lines in. Let me show you guys. There's this line in, that one back there. That was on the way. You see, it's different now from this one. I had to end up putting a stud there so I can fit it in, because when you try to put this in, even when I was taking it out, you can never get your wrench to go on it, straight on it, to put the bolt in, because of this particular line. It's on your way. I don't know who designs this thing. It also has the bevel, and when you put that one on, try to put that one on, it was try to cross thread. I don't want to have to rethread something, so I don't want to bend the line too bad where you might have some other problem. So I took it out, put a stud in it, and I was able to put a 10M to tighten it on that side, put the starter on, and then of course it was a fight putting the other line in. Supposed to do this job within a few hours. It has been hours. It has been going to a day now. So I'm telling you, and I haven't tested anything. Make sure the line is not leaking. So I'm about to put coolant in it, and then I'm going to put the intake tubes in. The back line was not bad. I fit it in while I was putting this turbocharge in. So that's why I would recommend put the back pipe, the back line in. That one went in smoothly. That was the one I actually thought that was going to give me problem. But that went in smoothly. Then this other nonsense became a whole big issue. I'm telling you, do not try this at home. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put coolant in. Make sure nothing else is leaking. Then I'm gonna put the turbo line. All right. All right. Okay, guys. So looks like we got everything zipped up. Got the turbo lines, intake and outtake, whatever that is, for the turbo cooler, and the intake tube attached. Okay, and I already added coolant and inspected. So far, I didn't see any leaks coming out from any of the pipes. That one is good. This one is good. Check the back, the front. Everything looks okay. I'm about to crank up the engine so we can make sure everything looks good and we don't have exhaust leak. Okay. All right, everything looks good so far. I don't see any leaks. Oh, started up, first crank, started up right. No noise, no crazy noise. Let me check out the motor. So I have to take off that intake, and there's a tube right there. Of course, I had to take off. I didn't know why I didn't. I missed the video, but there's a tube running in between under this intake. You have to, that it's a water passage. There's one running to the heater core line back there. You need to take that off, and then you'll be able to reach back there to change with I think that was a 19 millimeter for the fitting. Take off the fitting. I have to use a mirror to look at the fitting and take it off. So that's what I have to do. It became a little bit difficult, so my mind didn't get to making a video of it, but that's what you're gonna have to do. Of course, I took this intake here, this tube off, that tube off, and then all these lines off to get there. So it's running, and like I said, I don't see any leaks. We don't have any leaks down here. Dripping, nothing is dripping. You can see it's warming up. I'm gonna shut it off, and it's approximately 11 p.m. at night. My customer is traveling tomorrow morning, and I wanted to stay to make sure they get their vehicle done, because I ran into a few issues, like I showed you guys, the boat breaking and all kinds of different things. So I had to stay behind to make sure I get it all fixed. All right, guys. So guys, thanks again for watching the channel. If you don't mind, make sure you click like and subscribe to the channel for more work like this. Even though I will not, if you're not an experienced mechanic or somebody that is very mechanically inclined, I will not try this at home. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of things I had to deal with, but I was in a shop, and with experience I was able to overcome all the challenges I ran into on this car. It's not a very DIY friendly repair, just have that in mind. But hey, you can try it, but I just want to give you advice. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video. I hope it helped you guys. Thank you. This is AAE Repair. That's our new company, so we're launching more and more videos like this.